Hey guys, this is Neka Agnes Wachuku on podcast diaries number 18, and today we're talking about Left Eye, Lisa Left Eye Lopez. For those of you who don't know who she was a part of that band called TLC. It was an R&B band that was famous back in the 90s. They're still famous now, but they were really famous back in the 90s. Back in the 90s, I was a little girl. I wasn't really listening to their music until I got a little bit older, maybe when I got into high school. One of my favorite songs by TLC is Scrub. For those who don't know, it's called Scrub by TLC. Listen to that song. I love it. It's mainly an anthem for young women. Another song that I really love by TLC is what is that song called? It's called basically goes if you feel I'm pretty. Ooh, I believe it's called I'm Pretty, but that's the melody. Basically, that song is about, as a woman, if you feel insecure, if there's some things that you don't like about yourself, fix it. You know what I'm saying? Don't let no man make you fix it, but just fix it because that's what you want to fix. For example, if you got short hair, wear some weave. If you got little titties, get some breast implants. If you feel like you overweight, lose some weight. If you feel like your ass is too flat, if you got some money, get a bigger booty or work out to get a bigger booty. But basically, TLC is one of the best R&B female bands ever. And this particular video that I'm watching is on YouTube, and Lisa Left Eye Lopez was being interviewed by a man named Jamie. And basically on this interview, she's talking about her premonition. She had a premonition about her death. Now, for those of you who don't know, Lisa Left Eye Lopez actually did die. She actually got killed in a car accident. The cause of her death was her getting into a car accident, and she flew through the window shield, all because she didn't have her seatbelt on. There were other people in the car, but they didn't die. But she ended up dying because she didn't have her seatbelt on. And, with her being of small stature and not having a seatbelt on, she flew through the windshield, and she ultimately died, unfortunately. Now, that's just what happened to her. But this interview is iconic because she had a premonition of her death. And do you guys remember when I said in my previous podcast that some of these rappers need to stop talking about their deaths? Well, R&B singers too. Not just rappers, but R&B singers too. Just singers, period. People, famous people, period. People who got money, they need to stop talking about, oh, I had a premonition about my death. If you had a premonition about your death, pray about it. She seemed like she was a very spiritual person, that she seemed like she was very connected to God, and I just don't understand why she didn't pray about her premonition. But I am going to play this and then give you my thoughts about this interview.
Lisa Left Eye Lopez was a rapper and one-third of TLC, the most successful girl group in America, before she would lose her life in a car accident in the Central American country of Honduras at just 30 years of age. And though her death shocked everyone, it was one that she had envisioned many a time and had even embraced the idea of. And on today's special episode of the TLC series, we're going to dive deep into the premonition she had, the messages in the music, and the similar deaths of those around her, as she not only envisioned an early demise, but had also envisioned the cause and manner of her demise. If there are any other artists you'd like to see covered on the channel, please leave your suggestions in the comments below. Let's get started. Now, the day that Lisa signed her record deal to be a member of TLC was the same day that her father was gunned down after an altercation with a family member. Naturally, his death greatly affected Lisa, who had already endured years of great hardship. Her initial reaction to his death was to go numb and self-soothe with alcohol and other substances as a means to cope. But this would only numb the pain momentarily before it reared its ugly head in other ways. As TLC rose to fame and broke monumental records, the group were plagued with financial woes, internal struggles, and subsequent mental and emotional anguish. Additionally, Left Eye's volatile relationship to NFL quarterback Andre Rison had her acting out in ways that landed her in a great deal of legal trouble as well. And though the pair would always reconcile, This negatively affected her image in the public eye. By 1995, she was over the fame. She had told the Guardian, "The only thing that's going to keep me going is the man who can make me happy, because all my happiness ain't coming from this career." But a deeper look into her life revealed that she had been grappling with the idea of death for some time, and she had many thoughts of wanting to just be done with the world and reunited with her father. That same year, TLC would sit down with Sister to Sister for an in-depth interview where they talked about death. The magazine's creator, Jamie Foster Brown, asked, "Are you afraid of death, Left Eye?" And Left Eye replied, "I think I can handle my death better than somebody else's." Jamie said, "Really? You mean you can handle the thought of it?" Left Eye replied, "Yeah, I think about it a lot, but it doesn't really bother me. It's like, damn, gotta go one day, gotta go. I think about what it's gonna be like after I'm gone. Well, it's not gonna hurt me, I'm gonna be gone, so it ain't really for me to handle. I think about the people around me who are gonna have to be left here after I'm gone." Jamie's husband and business partner, Lorenzo, then asked, "How come you all think about death now? That's strange for someone so young." Left Eye replied, "Sometimes I feel bad, and the only way to escape how I feel is to die. Sometimes I feel like I hope a car hits me, or something can take me out of this mess and it won't be my fault. I just get out of this and others be like, oh well, too bad, Left Eye ain't here, she died." At this point in the interview, someone walked in. A few moments later, Left Eye says, "Can we get back to this death thing? I think about it, but those aren't my final thoughts, because then I have thoughts after that. It's like, nah, I can't leave yet, because when I die, I want to be like Elvis." Lorenzo asked, "How do you mean?" Left Eye answered, "Reach my goals, reach my accomplishments, do what I gotta do to help this person over here and get my family straight. I just can't leave them. And then, when I die, no matter how it is, whether I do it on purpose or whether it just happens, I want people to remember me. I want people to talk about me." Lorenzo asked, "Do you want kids?" Left Eye said, "I don't know. Monday I might. Tuesday I might not. My feelings change like the weather. Sometimes I'm like, nah, the world is too messed up. I'm not going to bring any children into it. I don't want them to get caught up in the final days." Jamie asked, "The final days when we get taken out of here?" Left Eye replied, "Whatever the final day is, not just the final days, but that's going around. But then sometimes it's like, yeah, I'm going to have kids. Now you."
Now, this is very troubling because premonitions are very serious. And like I said in my previous podcast, if an individual has a premonition about their death, they need to pray to God, because God did not create us to die at an early age. God wants us to fulfill what we need to feel on earth before we go. Now, I do understand things happen where, maybe a little kid might get sick and they die, unfortunately. Or, a young person, they might get killed or they might kill themselves. Or, sometimes people don't reach the older age. And, our main goal is to reach 100 years old. Or, close to 100 years if we can. And I get it, the time that we live in is not like how it was years ago. And, things are totally different. The air is different. Food is different. The people are different. Everything is different. And I agree with her. I don't want to bring a child into this world. That's what I was saying too. Like, I commend people who bring children into the world. It's like, I understand what she's saying. But what I don't get is why she just didn't hold on. I almost wonder if that car accident that she got into, if she knew that day. Now, that day, they said that she hadn't eaten like that. She, didn't eat that much that day. She wasn't really eating a lot. She didn't eat a lot. She fasted a lot before she got killed. And they were wondering maybe with her fasting and her not having food in her system, maybe that altered her vision or that altered her state of mind. But ultimately what it was that seatbelt. She needed a seatbelt to protect her so that way she wouldn't fly through the window shield. Because like I stated, she was a small statured woman. And if you understand the anatomy of a human body, when you're smaller in stature and you don't have a seatbelt on, you're more likely to fly through the window once the car brakes or once the car hits anything. And that's exactly what happened, unfortunately. Now, it's just very unfortunate because she was just so talented and She was a great singer, and her group, that the group that she was a part of, you know, they miss her, and she said it. I know I want, when I die, I want people to talk about me. People are still talking about her. I'm talking about her. Other people are talking about her, and I just hate the fact that this is what happened. So, if you guys want to catch the full interview, it's called Supernova, and it's by a page or a YouTube channel called Justified by Jury, Jeure, Jeure. It's called Supernova: How Left Eye Predicted Her Demise. If you want to catch that full interview, check it out and watch it on YouTube. I'm going to continue playing a little bit more, and I'm going to make some more comments.
Years later, Left Eye would be interviewed by Jamie once again, where she had... I'm not going to bring any children into it. I don't want them to get caught up in the final days. Jamie asked, the final days when we get taken out of here? Left Eye replied, whatever the final day is, not just the final days, but that's going around. But then sometimes it's like, yeah, I'm going to have kids. Now, years later, Left Eye would be interviewed by Jamie once again, where she admitted that by now she had gotten pregnant a couple of times with Andre, but that she just didn't have the child. But didn't elaborate on whether or not this was intentional, but did state that she'd only be a parent if someone else carried the baby, as she was too busy. In recent years, Andre did say that Left Eye had suffered a miscarriage at some point. But throughout the years, she would go back and forth in her mind, where on one hand, she longed for death, but on the other hand, she knew that she was here for a purpose, and wanted to improve the overall quality of life for those around her, and for the culture. And she did go on to do just that, even though, as much as she tried to do good, she was often misunderstood. But ultimately, as time went on, these thoughts of death would manifest themselves into dreams and premonitions. And Lisa went on to reveal one of the dreams in an unreleased rap that she wrote that read, I never thought it would end like this. A bitter twist, and after all the years of major I just got rich. Call my clique. I'm close to the ledge with fame. It's hard to maintain. Has got me on edge. Heart racing now, don't know what to expect or what's next. Visions of me, victim of a fatal car wreck. Crazy as the scene, my mouth was trying to scream. But just before I hit the wall, I woke up. It was a dream. And though this rap never made it to a recording studio, as time went on and she continued to express her creativity through more raps, the premonitions that she had began to make their way into her writings more and more frequent, and these subtle references lay hidden in plain sight throughout the music and in media. We'll start with the messages in the music, and explore certain lyrics where Left Eye can reference speed and or reckless driving.
Couldn't stop the way I spit. I'm known for breaking every speed limit. This bitch could be infinite. Just 100 miles per hour in the fast lane, folks. Come on. I seen a rainbow yesterday, but too many Left Eye, ready for action. The main attraction. I'm in the fast lane, passing, breaking you down like fractions. Intoxicated and open to whatever you wish. All my dreams, you and me, chromed out TS3s down the Audubon on the coast of overseas. Switch lanes out of the driveway like I was on the highway. Yeah, I ride a big boy. Y'all ride a similar. And oh, my Cadillac has 50s in the back. Well, I swerve the curb, corner action like verbs. Chauffeur, well, I'll drive. Rims that be nice, more bends than rights. Systems too nice. Them new purple headlights be too bright. Edge to the mic, that scream like about to lose their light. All these things come about due to the clout.
But the biggest messages in music came in the form of her solo album, which she called Supernova.
Because a supernova it's a rare star, and it increases its normal shine up to 1 billion times in brightness. So when I was recording this album, it's very important to me that I reach as many people as I can through my music and through love and through healing.
Now what Lisa did...
Now, I understand an artist, a singer, a rapper trying to reach people, let them know how they feel, what they dreamt about, what their premonition was about, but she kept putting in her songs about her death. Like, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Like, if you keep putting out there, I'm going to die, I want to die, or I see my death, you're putting words out there that are harmful. There's power in spoken words. That's just what God said. There's power in spoken words. If you talk about life, you'll get life. If you keep talking about death over and over and over again, that's exactly what you're going to get. And that's what happened, unfortunately. And I hate that happened, but that's what happened. You guys let me know what you think about this. What are your thoughts about this? Like I said, if you want to check this out, this whole entire interview out, check it out. It's on YouTube. It's called Supernova, How Left Eye Predicted Her Demise, by a channel called Justified by Jury, or Jeery, Jeury. He posted it, or he or she posted it yesterday. You guys should just listen to it. It's, man. All of this could have been solved had she just prayed to the Most High God and said, protect me. I see my death, but Lord, I want you to protect me. And God would have protected her. But she wanted it to happen. And sometimes, God gives us free will. That's what he gave us, free will. And she chose death over life. But you guys stay blessed and you have a safe night. Talk to you soon.